MEChA es el Movimiento Estudiantil Chicano de Aztlán. It's an organization that was born out of the Chicano blowouts. The walkouts where students were protesting for a better education because they were tired of being treated as second-class citizen. Um, Actually, we used to have a lot of different organizations, and then after the blowouts, everyone decided to consolidate into this one big organization where they would have bigger unity and more strength in numbers. So that's how you get MEChA.
MEChA de UCI is a unique chapter compared to others. There are four components that we are shaped by: social, political, educational, and cultural. We create a safe space for Chicanos on this campus as well as a learning environment for anyone. We empower the youth, we participate in rallies that happen on campus, and we support other orgs during their events and put our own political and cultural events together, sometimes even for our own sanity and also as a healing experience. We are a familia, and MEChA allows students to develop skills that will help you every day for the rest of your career here at UCI.
Mesa Directiva. So what is Mesa Directiva? It's pretty much a collective group from the different board members, and they pretty much facilitate the different programs that are going on campus, and they're the representatives, the face of the org. But at the same time, it's, like I said, it's a collective, so they bring everybody's ideas together and making sure that everyone's opinion is heard and represented in the org.
Well, the co-chairs, they're seen like a fountain of knowledge. They've been here for a very long time. They're mostly like the older ones, the old folks. They're chosen from everyone in the organization after they've shown all their hard work over the years, putting in countless hours, and they're like the main point persons when it comes like to anything going on. If you want to talk to them, they're really down to earth. They know a lot about MEChA. And they would be also the main contacts with administration, like the face of the org. So if you, they're really nice. If you really want to talk to, just hit them up.
Okay, so the internal position is very important for MEChA de UC Irvine because it's the one that brings together the different communities on campus. So we focus on developing relationship with the Latino community, which is currently we have several clubs and organizations on campus. We also are very politically involved, is a position that is politically involved with student government. So we make sure that they're representing us in their government, and we also, I think it's very important because we develop relationship with other communities and other ethnicities on campus. So we also work in the Cross Cultural Center with umbrella council organizations such as Black Student Union, the American Indian Student Association.
You know, one of the cool things we get as being part of MEChA is actually being able to travel to different conferences even outside of the state. I know this year we went to Arizona and for the national conference, and for in-state conferences we were able to travel up to NorCal and even down here in SoCal. And it's really cool because the meetings allow you to, or the conferences allow you to basically meet other chapters that have similar ideas to what our chapter is, and you're able to just hang out with the people, make new friends, and basically just gather different ideas throughout. And so that's a really cool position that the external allows us to do.
I think community and labor is really a cool position because you see that the worker struggle and the student struggle are really sort of the same. When you see budget cuts come in, you see that workers' benefits and their rights really start to thin out. And at the same time, you see the quality of education for students, it starts to get worse as well. And you realize that once you see that lens, I guess. And also another cool part of community labor is going to the centro. You see community really coming together to put on events for the community, and it's just really serving themselves. So I think that's really cool as well.
Fundraising is really important, also very fun because that's when we bond a lot, and at the same time we get the funds we need for our activities, and also that's how we interact with the campus. As we could be selling quesadillas, carne asada, aguas frescas. They will come up to us, ask us about who we are, what we stand for, what do we do, and even ask us about the food we're selling and ask us about our culture.
So the Chicano Latino Studies chair is the bridge between MEChA and the Chicano Latino department, as well as the Chicano Latino staff on campus. The chair is really cool because there's a lot of history behind it. The Chicano Latino department wouldn't have existed without the students' demand for it. So it's really cool to have that faculty-student relationship now and to continue it. And so we do this by having socials every quarter, so that the students in MEChA get to meet the faculty and the professors, and it's a really cool way to network. It's awesome that MEChA is one of the few orgs that actually gets to go to their department meetings, and so the chair is really just to continue that relationship, because the department wouldn't have existed without the students who fought for it during the Chicano movement.
With the outreach program, we're able to go out into the community and interact. With one of our programs, La Escuelita, we have a mentorship program with several high schools out in the community. And we create this safe spaces where this interaction can take place, where we learn from the students and the students learn from us. And from what the information we provide is what they're interested in learning that they're not getting in the classroom, where they're able to now go into the reality with the new information and start being those agents of change within their household, within their friends, within their neighborhoods.
Alright, so the secretary historian position is mainly behind the scenes work, and it's pretty much just to ensure that we're preserving our current history by taking pictures, and when people see these pictures on our Facebook page or in our scrapbook, they gain an insight of what goes on within our chapter, and it leads people to want to get involved in MEChA. And by recording all of our events, we're passing down our history for the future generations that will be part of La Causa.
For MEChA, we've had events where members can get to know one another. For Christmas, for example, we had a posada, and that was very fun. We've also have gone to Big Bear, where we learned about ourselves, each other, and MEChA. We've gone clubbing, and we had beach days to distress from school. These events are very important because they bring us closer together.
Sometimes when you're so involved, it's easy to forget that at the end of the day, you're a student. So that's where Student Services comes in. It's a bridge to the resources and centers on our campus, and it's in charge of hosting study hours, which help us focus on classes. It also facilitates the mentor-mentee program, where we pair you up with an upperclassman who can serve as a resource and guidance, and simply someone to chill with. And for our own sanity, we also put together a soccer team as formed to de-stress from school and just hang out and have fun. And Student Services also oversees the 3 support groups.
MEChA has 3 support groups. We have our Tepochcali, which is our male support group, in which they come together and have discussions and just really talk about the issues they face as men of color, and really the gender roles that they're supposed to fulfill. So they come together and they have open discussions, and they plan their own events and gatherings. We have also our women's support group, Para Mujeres, where we come together and we talk about the issues that we face as women of color in our own communities, and we just have open discussion about feminism and just all sorts of struggles that we face. But we also have a lot of outings where we'll go out to Mujeres en Maíz and just really have a social event, so all of us are there in a safe space to have that comfort and support from one another. And we also have our last support group, La Familia, where it's our LGBT community. In our out of MEChA, it's also branched out outside of MEChA for other people of color to come together and really talk about the similar struggles that they face, and really develop that safe space for them to just support one another.
Dia de los Muertos is my favorite event hosted by MEChA. It's a day in which we get to bring our culture into campus and teach others that this isn't a Mexican Halloween, but a day to celebrate the lives of our past loved ones. We get to participate in face painting, listen to mariachi, and build altars. Overall, we get to celebrate our ancestors and continue our traditions.
Sotosa Youth Conference was a fun event we held for high school students. Every year we have different workshops about things like financial aid and 8-3 requirements. This year we also brought in ballet folklorico, jarritos, and a taquero, which is pretty cool because students got to enjoy the food and entertainment. RYC is not just an event where we have students learn about important resources, it's also about having a fun time and connecting with one another.
Mesa La Raza is a month-long tradition that MEChA hosts each year. In the month of May, we host a bunch of events that encompass our culture, our politics, and the education that affects the Latino community. We host a bunch of cool events that are really chill and bring awareness of what we do as a Latino identified group onto campus.
As an African American student and minority, I find the Cross Cultural Center to be a cool place and space to meet new people. And I believe it's very important for the UCI campus, specifically because that's where MEChA, BSU, APSA, AZA, Alancia, and just all these groups, they try to stand up for a good cause. They want it a place where minorities students who might fill out a place on campus, that they can just come together and chill and do homework and study, and but they all recognize like the oppression, the struggle of students of color, and just embrace their differences.
What's really nice about the MEChA office is that it's a space fought for by the students. The Cross Culture Center wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the student movement. The MEChA office is a really chill space in which we can all just go relax after or between classes and work. I really like that it's a very open, inclusive, and welcoming space where you can just go try to do homework or have interesting conversations with people or just take a nap.
I love the Cross Cultural Center. I have met so many people here. I'm so much more culturally involved and culturally aware of a lot of different issues. Being involved at the Cross Cultural Center, we do go and take part in a lot of rallies, a lot of social activities, a lot of cultural nights, and they're really fun.
The general meetings consist of learning about the issues that affect the Latino community, and we also get provided with updates on what's going on campus, on our communities, conferences that we could possibly go to, and updates on MEChA itself and socials that could be occurring with our neighboring chapters, and also other things like that.
Chicanao, written like Chicano or Chicana, but yet with the at symbol at the end, serves to be an inclusive term that recognizes not only male and female pronouns, but also those who don't identify with either or, such as gender nonconforming individuals, or those who identify with both genders. Simply, Chicanao recognizes all genders and those who don't identify with any gender.
MEChA does not stand for Mexican, like American or Chicano. It used to be like Chicano only, but then over time it has changed. It has become an evolutionary term. And it's cool because like I'm Salvadorian and I'm part of MEChA, and a lot of people would think like MEChA is only for Mexicans, and it really isn't anymore. It's become more of a group that focuses on all Latino issues and brings everyone together. For example, on campus, MEChA works with a lot of different Latino organizations.
Okay, so what is Chicanao? Chicanao is a definition that you give to yourself. It is something that you earn. It is something that you feel. It is definitely something philosophical. It's something that you live by. It's about knowing the struggles of your people and working to help out your people and learning about those histories and learning about yourself and learning about who you are and where you come from.
I really loved being part of MEChA this year. I met some amazing people, and you create these amazing friendships. That you do crazy things. You have awesome moments just hanging out, and like you do in any organization, you do create a sense of familia. But what's even better about MEChA is that you grow so much. You hang out with people who care about the same things you do, and you have these intellectual conversations, and you learn about your people, you learn about yourself, you learn about your culture. And from whatever you do for the rest of your life, that we hope that these ideas stay in your mind and your heart, that you care about being Chicanao and all your people and all these things, and you just grow and make change in the world. And that's what MEChA does.
Dang it, that was good!